But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on another episode of the LeisureHub Podcast. I'm your host, Justin, and we got Avatar Slang, aka Derric, back on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude, this is like a couple months in the making. We're like, when are we going to collab? We collabed last week, and then we're collabing today. So it was like a double whammy. We're like, maybe we just like keep the collab going. Like maybe like every couple of months we just do a collab.
That's what a couple famous podcasters do. They'll do podcast on Monday and then do it on Tuesday, and they'll name it part 1, part 2 sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that would be fun actually.
So maybe we should play that next time.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Literally, like, I have a whole rotation. Like, I don't know if I told you this before, but I literally wrote down everybody that I could think of to do like a podcast. So that way I have a constant rotation of people.
That's a good idea.
And people who are willing to actually be on the podcast, obviously. Sure. But part of the reasoning is because I don't think there's a single person that I could think of that would consistently be like a co-host with me. So I'm like, well, I gotta like figure out how to get more people on here. So, but I would 100% down to do like a per month collab. It's like, oh, part 1, part 2 type of thing.
There we go.
Yeah. But going back to what you were saying, we don't know how to sit still. There was definitely a time where, like, I guess this kind of dates us a little bit, but there was definitely a time where, you know, if a commercial came on and we were probably like, I mean, smartphones have been a thing since I was like in middle school, since I was in like 7th grade. So that's 14. So probably around like 10 or 11, I would say. It was like the last time we're probably just like sitting on a couch watching something and not really paying attention or not pulling out our phone during like a commercial or something like that. I don't know if that's the same for you or not.
So I'm a little older than you, I think. So I graduated, iPhones were a thing. Not everyone had one.
Right.
I remember the first time touchscreen / smartphones were a thing. I had my first job at Walmart at like 18, 19.
Yeah.
And everyone, it's not like we discussed it. We all just had Androids and iPhones.
Yeah.
Even if they were weak, but they still weren't addicting because they weren't fast, nor were the apps like great.
Right.
We're all on them, but it didn't suck you in because, I know why. Video content wasn't as good yet. Only YouTube was, but I wasn't watching YouTube on the bus.
Well, yeah, because I mean, at least I wasn't, when I was like that younger, I didn't have a job until like 17. So I wasn't paying for my phone bill. So, you know, anytime you're using data outside of like, you know, Wi-Fi, your parents are like, hey, get off the, you know, data, or you're going to be paying for that at the end of the month because, you know, we're not paying for the extra data.
See, I didn't have that because by the time data mattered, I was already paying my $40 phone bill on my own.
Yeah, but do you remember that, like, if you would send a text message, like an image through a text message, it would use, I mean, it still does, but it would use a crazy amount of data.
Yes. So that thing with that is, dang, that's like a corporate scam because so in 2011 when I first got my phone, 3G was like the biggest thing,
right? And
it was still unlimited for a lot of companies.
Yeah.
It was when they realized everyone's getting smartphones, they're like, we gotta price this more.
Yeah.
So for a good amount of time, they didn't charge you extra.
Right.
But by 2014, if I'm correct, they got a little stingy with the data.
Oh, 100%. They're like, we're losing out on too much money right now.
Yeah.
We kind of like, we'll have to find another way to make more money. I mean, it's the same thing with subscriptions. The subscription model was never really much of a thing until, I mean, Spotify was like one of the very few at the beginning, Netflix at the time. So like those were the only ones that even had introduced subscriptions. So it was like kind of new, but also abnormal.
Yeah.
But then now it's like, oh, well, we can make more money if we just charge people per month for this thing instead of a flat out rate and that they get to use it indefinitely. It's like, it's kind of annoying, I will
Yeah.
say, I know it's not the topic for today, but like it is generally a little annoying because there's programs or features that you want to buy that should just be a one purchase cost and you should just be able
Yes.
to use it. But companies don't do that because they're like, well, we can just do tiers, and you can, if you you do the essentials or the premium version, you get AI included in it now. It's like, well, I don't really care about the AI feature. I just want I just want the thing.
It's kind of like that's Canva's deal right now.
Yeah.
Canva's not Canva. Affinity, you know what Affinity is, right?
No, I don't actually.
I'm shocked. So look into it because Affinity is supposed to be the main competitor of Photoshop. It's just like Photoshop, but
Infinity. Wow.
it's with Adobe you pay monthly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
With Affinity, this is the previous model. So let's rewind 6 months ago, even 3 months ago. You pay $50 and you have it forever.
Right.
For Affinity's version of Photoshop and Affinity's version of Illustrator. I don't remember what it's called right now, but just look into it and you'll see.
Okay.
Now Canva bought Affinity, so now it's all free.
And for now.
So the big thing is it's free forever. And they can't, it's because it's on video, they can't really U-turn now, or else they're gonna lose people.
Right.
Now the what's the word? The caveat, or whatever, I can't think of the word right now.
Yeah.
Is that Canva has AI features. So that's what you will pay monthly for.
Right.
But if you just want to use plain Photoshop, you use the pencil, use everything, whatever yourself, you want to fight with it.
Yeah.
I don't mean to call it fight with it because a lot of graphic designers that's just what their job is. They use AI. Then it's free.
Yeah.
But if you want the image generation, you have someone you want to put flowers behind their head, you can do that in one click.
Right. Do you think that AI is a good enough incentive to pay for additional for a product?
It depends who you are, because now from a graphic designer standpoint, in some ways it is kind of cheating, but our graphic design, you could argue we're kind of cheating because we were manipulating pictures to begin with anyway.
Right.
So it's about, kind of, it depends, because the AI is just a catch-all word now, because a lot of these apps use AI.
Right.
So it depends who you are. It depends on your workflow.
Yeah.
So for some people, yes, and it's still cheaper than Adobe.
Mm-hmm.
Adobe can be $50 a month.
Right.
For you to have to do the work.
Right.
Whereas Canva's AI is like $21 a month, and if you're an educator or student, it's like much cheaper, and for some people it's free.
Right. Yeah.
So it depends what you value, but
yeah,
it can be worth it.
Yeah.
It can be worth it. I should say.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're in this case, if you're a graphic designer and you're making a lot of edits, chances are you already know how to do most of those edits yourself. It can save you time, which I think is like the biggest thing. But I think most often than not, you could probably do a better job than AI could do. Because at least if you're like doing something specific, if you're just really trying to remove a background pretty quickly, then it's a little rough.
AI removes backgrounds real fast now.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of AI I don't see how people go argue with, because that's no different than a computer removing the background. Remember the one-click removers we use?
There's like the magic eraser. Yeah.
Magic eraser, there we go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's not really generative AI. But what I used before when I had the Adobe Suite was I would have my picture be cropped out, and I would just have it expand.
Yeah.
And it did a decent job in just expanding it by a few hundred pixels.
Right.
So I'm fine with stuff like that.
Yeah.
And people even know how to do that pretty easily. But doing that in one click, one, you're not stealing from anybody. Two, you're saving yourself time.
Yeah. And I will say, at least like if you specifically with content creating, I would it does help you shave down some time. Like if you're trying to get like a thumbnail done really quickly or whatever, like it does help you save down some time. I genuinely wonder how. I mean, I would assume the movie industry, the entertainment industry uses heavily uses Adobe programs, at least like
Mhm.
mainly Photoshop or Illustrator for like any
Yeah.
type of graphics, or After Effects, since it's like the only one. Um, I never told you this
Mhm.
when we started this podcast, and even before, but I might have told you this the last time we did our collab.
Mhm.
Um, but my outline. So there's an outline that you have, and there's
Yes,
an
I'm looking
outline that
right
I
at it
have,
actually.
and
Oh yeah, yeah. You did tell me
yeah,
that. Yeah,
my outline's a little different than yours.
which is fine. That's what I do too
Yeah,
when I send out outlines.
yeah. And I do. There's usually really there's only two key differences between the outlines, and it's more like I like to throw out these um little surprises
Okay.
for the podcast, just to change it up a little bit.
Mhm.
I think you know what one of them is, but um, intro question actually. So, do you think
Mhm.
that it's harder to for world building in like a movie, TV show, series? Um, do you think it's harder for world building or to have a stronger ending in a movie?
Stronger ending
Stronger? Why?
because I think world building. It's like once you get started, you can just keep adding details, and you know how like the, we're in the age where IP is a big thing.
Sure.
So it's like you have an idea on how to build. You like we're so inspired, we don't even know that we're inspired.
Hmm.
So if I want to make something, like give me a genre real quick. Any genre
Uh,
you think of.
Comedy.
Comedy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think of Bad Boys. I'm gonna think of Rush Hour. I'm gonna think
Hmm.
of Step Brothers.
Hmm.
Even if I'm not trying to, and even when you're pitching, you'll say, "This is like Step Brothers meets Rush Hour."
Right.
So you're already inspired, even though you're not trying to be. You're just trying to. The only thing you're going to do is make it your own. The ending, you need a super specific skill to put a bow on it.
Right. Well, but don't you think that like when you create, like if you're trying to build, right?
Mhm,
I feel like an ending, I'm oversimplifying, but
mhm,
with an ending, right? You just kind of need to make sure that everything ties in at the end of the movie, and you either leave it on a cliffhanger to
mhm,
lead into the next movie,
mhm,
or you leave it on a very strong, or have like a strong impact at the end of the movie. Whereas with like
mhm,
world building is one of those things where, like, yeah, to your point, you can just keep expanding it, but you can have a lot of continuities and retcons, and if you're not planning it out accordingly. Where an ending, you're again, I'm oversimplifying, but like an
mhm.
ending, you just have to hit one point, I guess, necessarily. Whereas with world building, you have to like tie in everything, the Marvel universe, for
I
example.
see what you're saying. So I look at world building a little differently.
Okay.
So world building is not just continuity;
Hmm.
it's making people understand where your where your characters exist at.
Right.
So, for instance, if my character is in Compton,
Hmm.
you have people riding by on low riders or um customized caddies. You see what I'm saying? Like there's just
Yeah.
little things you do. Like if you have them in West Philly,
Hmm.
you have them talk the way they talk in West Philly as opposed to South Philly where they talk like Rocky a little bit.
Right. Right.
And you do little things. You like in the background, I see someone going to the war ice stand. You know, you just see
Hmm.
the way they interact. There's so many different ways you can have people interact.
Right.
Like small things, like for instance, like I remember when I used to live in West Philly. I lived half my life in the suburbs. Just
Right.
so you know,
Yeah.
there's different ways to show life in the suburbs and life in the city.
Hmm.
Like people dap you up on the corner. So there's just so many different ways to world build without it being about continuity.
Right. Yeah.
So just to wrap that up real quick, I'm gonna just say some movies don't think they're getting a sequel. They're not
Hmm.
living in the world where they're getting a sequel. So they're world
Hmm.
building within that 98 minutes, maybe. Like Men in Black world built in 98 minutes, actually. I was reading
Right.
that today.
Right.
Yeah, nothing to do with the sequel or any prior knowledge.
Interesting. But they just kind of like made this, and that was the first one, right? Not
Yes.
okay. Well, interesting. I usually thought that like if you're if you're writing the script and you're producing a movie, I thought I would have guessed that you're at least potentially thinking about there being additional
You
movies.
are, but you're also building in a way where it's like you can't assume there's going to be an additional. You have to tell the audience what these people are about now.
Right.
Within 27 minutes, maybe we
Right.
understood that these agents fight things in space, and the way they bantered, like this is not specific because I ain't watched the movie in a while,
Right.
but they'll be like, "Oh, this is like that time in Brooklyn when we fought that um that horse made of fire,"
Yeah. Yeah.
and you're like, oh, okay. So these people are literally like cops, but they deal with extraterrestrials.
Right.
So just little banter and like just small things that are so big for the audience to pick up
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But I mean, doesn't that go with my point though? I guess like because you were saying, like how they're talking, how they dress, like if
Mm-hmm.
their setting is a huge big thing,
Mm-hmm.
like all of those things you kind of have to really plan out for a movie. I feel like that takes a lot of time.
It takes
you know
time for sure,
yeah, and like
but
you have to be very accurate if like especially if you're getting into like the time period,
mm-hmm.
um like perspective, like if you're like, oh, this is like the 50s, like you
Mm-hmm.
have to make sure every small detail, like the machinery that they're using, like the car that they're
But that's the cool
driving,
part. The writing doesn't make that. That's you hire people to do that.
to figure that. Yeah,
So you have a
good point.
whole team,
Good point.
but you're a little you're like it's just the writers when it comes to
Mhm.
landing that plane.
Right.
So and everything we know now, you can just look at the 50s.
Right.
Like even back then, since Men in Black was a little before internet was fast,
Mm-hmm.
you can just really look at magazines of the 50s.
Yeah.
And just keep looking and looking, and you're like, all right, we got it. And you get someone to sketch it, and you're like, that's how we're doing it.
Yeah. What era of movie, like, if you liked a specific setting or
Mm.
era that was depicted in movies, what would be your favorite era? So it could be anything from like the 40s, 50s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s.
I enjoy. That's hard because that's hard. I like that you put me on the spot though. So I have to do era and place, or just era.
You can just era, but if you want to throw in an extra little bonus, you can do that.
Okay, I think the easiest. I say I like looking at. I like seeing the world through the lens of the 2010s
2010s. Okay.
because, but that's hard because then that answer is based on me comparing to the 80s
Right.
because I like how in the 80s New York was the New York from the rap songs. Like
Right.
it was
Yeah.
all grungy,
Yeah.
like you could get robbed. Not that that's a good thing, but just I like when period pieces teach you how it was.
Yeah.
And I said the 2010s because New York is very mixed with the hipster culture now.
Right. Right.
So
You mean to tell me you don't like being robbed? I get robbed all the time.
listen. Unfortunately, that used to be a thing like in
Yeah.
Philly and New York.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a good thing. Like nerd tidbit, crime is down nationally in America.
Yeah.
So
Which is surprisingly because sometimes you hear otherwise, but I think it really just depends on where you're at.
it depends on
But
where you're at and
yeah.
how you're taking in your news because like we make it seem like crime is this thing that is just getting everybody.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are getting us before crime. But not to say crime isn't something we should worry about, but
right.
it just makes it seem like someone's going to break through your door and take you.
Yeah. I mean, I will say people are definitely less secure than they used to be. Like, like the 90s, 80s, 70s. Like most people would leave their front door open or their garage door open, not even
Okay.
lock it. Like people would just walk into their house and you could get away with doing that. Today, I think more often than not, people have their blinds closed, their doors locked.
I agree.
Yeah.
One of the crazy part?
What's up?
Crime was higher in the 70s.
Really?
Much higher.
Wow.
Like if you're ever bored, look into it.
Yeah.
Now I could say the random gun crimes.
Mm-hmm.
are like I'm talking about like the super big ones that be in the news for 3 days
Yeah.
to a week. That happens a lot more now. So the terrorists, the home terrorists,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's bigger now. But violent crime on the regular was bigger back then.
Yeah. Let's start some crime. If people don't expect it, let's start some crime.
What's that movie franchise called? The one we could do crime for 24 hours.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's
It
really
was,
big too. The Purge.
yes, The Purge, The Purge, The Purge. Wow, I was gonna be so mad if we didn't get that. I was like,
Yeah, like then why are we even here, right?
yeah, well, we're talking about movies, movies and world building. But do you think that? Well, actually, this is kind of like a point that I like to have with movies in general, because short films, I personally believe that they don't give. They're only like an hour and a half long, usually, like an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes,
hmm
something like that, which is pretty short to tell a full story. So like
hmm
to develop world building and a reason to care about a character, for example,
hmm
it's like I feel like that doesn't give you a lot of time to actually do that. Like
Okay.
I've seen, like there's been a couple movies that I've ran into
Mhm.
that have that issue. And for example, um Boogeyman. I don't know if you watched that horror movie before.
When did that come out?
That one came out on Hulu maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
I remember that being out, but I didn't have. No, I'm lying. I had Hulu for 6 years. No, I just missed it. That's all it was. I just
I
missed it.
mean, you didn't miss much. The movie was an hour and like 40, 50 minutes, something like that. But the issue with that movie, at least for me, was is that like I think it had a lot of potential for what it was. Like it was genuinely scary,
Okay.
right? But horror movies have a big issue in general where they aren't very long in general.
Okay.
So I mean, there's a lot of like intricacies with horror movies, but they're usually not that long.
Okay.
And in this case, they had maybe 2 or 3 settings that they had it, and of course, it's a school and it's a house, or like so the typical settings that you would have for a horror movie. Um, and it gets to a point where I think they showed the 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 boogeyman way too early on,
Okay.
and it's like, okay, I get you have to like the audience doesn't want to wait around for the scare,
hmm
but there's plenty of, I mean, psychological thrillers I think do it the best, because those are the ones that are usually they know how to balance out the storytelling, they know how to balance out the scare, like the anticipation, they know how to balance all of that out, where a
Can you give me
strict
an
horror
example of a psychological thriller that you could think of?
um
Is that like
off the
Hannibal?
Hannibal is a good one. um
Did you ever do Disturbia?
Disturbia, no, I haven't watched that one.
That was one with Shia LaBeouf. It's not the greatest movie,
Yeah.
but for the late 2000s, like teens liked it.
Yeah. Oh, Get Out's like one of the most notorious ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
So, but okay,
That one is a little is longer than your typical,
yes.
horror movie. But there's a lot of, I guess my point with that is that there's a it's eerie almost.
hmm
Like you know that something's wrong, but it doesn't spell it out for you,
Yes.
right? Whereas like Paranormal Activity, it's like,
hmm
okay, you're going into the movie knowing that there's like possession somewhere or whatever, and you're like, it's already expected.
That's a good point.
And
But I think if you're
those movies are
writing,
so short, so like they don't have a lot of time to like
but
tell
it's
everything.
different though, because I don't think it's just a runtime. Because some movies are too long, and like I do agree with you that
Right.
runtime can fix things,
Yeah,
but it's about how you use the runtime.
exactly. No, I agree. What's the longest movie that you've gone to see recently?
So what's recent? Past what? How many
Like
years?
5 to 7 years.
Oh, the longest movie is Batman. I think
Oh, the one with Robert Patterson.
that movie was
Yeah,
long.
it was a little long.
I
It was
think it
like
was
what, three
longer than
hours?
Endgame. Yeah, let me look that up. But yeah,
See, I think when you get to 3 hours, I think that's when you start to lose me a little bit with the length of
okay.
the movie. I think there's a fine line with runtime. Like 2.5 hours is probably the max you want to get to.
But the Batman is a thriller, low key.
Yeah, hot take. I wouldn't say it's better
Mhm.
than the Batman Beyond, or not Batman Beyond,
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises or anything. I wouldn't say it's better, but I will say it's better than Ben Affleck's Batman. Just saying, Robert Pattinson's Batman is better than Ben
I
Affleck's
think
Batman.
a lot of people, the Batman rankings are weird because people like Affleck's Batman for the fighting, but
Right?
not for characterization. Maybe I don't remember how that goes,
Yeah.
but
Is that a hot take?
I don't know
For
if it's a hot take because I think there's people who agree with you,
yeah.
and so I think the Batman conversations in the past few years have been all over the place. I don't think there's one Batman take that's prevalent. If that makes sense.
Well, I mean, I think if you said that The Dark Knight Rises, if you said that those movies were bad, I think that would be
That would
a
be a hot
pretty
take.
hot
I
take.
mean,
Yeah.
as far as the order of who's the best Batman,
Right.
because some people think Patterson is, some people think Bale is, some people think it's Keaton,
Yeah.
some people think Affleck would have been good if he got more attention.
Yeah.
So it's just it's a nuanced conversation.
Yeah. Some people even think that what is his name? Alan West.
Adam West.
Adam West is the best Batman. No, I'm kidding.
Some people swear about that.
Really.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, it was a interesting movie at the time, but I don't think it compares to any of the ones that have recently dropped. Personally.
Well, also you gotta look at the lens of Batman being around since like the 20s or 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just who Batman was in that decade, because that's
Right.
from the 60s.
Right.
So it was a movie and a series, I think.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, another movie that I had on here, and I think you said you didn't watch it yet, but it's Him.
I gotta tell you, I liked the concept, but
Oh, concept is fine. But the runtime, if you look up the runtime, let me know what the runtime of that is. That should be like an hour and 46 minutes or something like that.
Hour 46. Well, it's longer than Men in Black.
Men in Black did well though, but it had a different goal. It was two different movie genres.
But you could argue that because isn't okay. So I think you know this genre a little better than me.
Okay.
Horror isn't horror typically not 2 hours?
Yeah, it's more often than not. The horror movies are fairly short. They're literally like about. I think the shortest one has been like an hour and like 20 minutes, an hour and 10.
Okay,
maybe even shorter than that.
So this is 96 minutes.
Wow. I just, yeah, that's an hour and 20. I just don't think that gives you enough time to really give people a reason to care about anybody in the show or in the movie. Think about it this way. A series, right, has 9 to 12. It used to be like 12, but now they kind of like consolidated it down to like 9 or 10. But it used to have like anywhere from 9 to 12 episodes, usually roughly like anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour long, right? And you had 40 minutes to an hour long for 9 episodes. That's 9 hours roughly of content to story build, have a solid ending. Not all of them landed well, but you had a lot of that to really build on characters, make you invested in them, care about them.
I see your argument now.
And like
it all makes sense. I'm sorry.
You have all of that, and then you have an hour and 20 minutes to make people care about. I don't even remember what the main character of Him was. You have that long to care. Like, I don't even know who he is. Like, why should I care about that?
So, so okay, I understand your argument now.
Yeah.
So I look at it differently. Shows. So not to make it about Marvel, but you'll understand it from this lens.
Sure.
Marvel shows are too similar to the movies.
Right.
That extra screen time doesn't help them because he was creating the shows as if they were movies.
You're right.
So, but if your theory was 100% correct, and I'm not saying it's not correct at all.
Yeah.
I just think there's a little bit more nuance.
Oh, sure.
So, if your theory is 100% correct, every Marvel show will be better than the Marvel movies, which has been the case.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
So,
especially She-Hulk. I really did not like that.
You didn't like She-Hulk?
No.
I was okay with it because comics. That's always my reason. I think that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I think that's how I expected it to be.
yeah.
Now there's things I didn't like about it, but
Right,
I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole since I actually don't remember She-Hulk well, if I'm
right.
being honest.
Yeah, it's been
But
like 2 years since it came out,
yeah,
right? Something like that. Yeah,
but back to your point about runtime, I really think it's more of a writing problem.
true.
If you leave the theater being like, I don't know this guy, they didn't give you enough or hold your attention well enough, maybe,
Yeah,
and that's their job.
right. No, I agree with that. And that was kind of the thing with him. But
Hmm.
I would imagine there's I think there's maybe two key components to that, right? I
Hmm.
think yes, it is their job.
Hmm.
I think if they I think they might be trying like if you don't have enough substance for a movie and you're like,
Hmm.
I could make this 2 hours, but it's going to be really drawn out because
Hmm.
there's not enough details to talk about for 2 hours. Like you can make anything 2 hours long. You can make
Yeah,
anything 3 hours long if you really want. But then you're kind of diluting it. You're stretching it very thin in terms of content then because you're just trying to get to
yeah.
that goal post of 3 hours.
You need to know
You know,
what you're doing with that time,
right?
and sometimes some movie watchers know how to see that it's just bloat. Like they're like,
Right.
"Oh, we didn't need that scene right there."
Yeah.
Like there's been times where I watched a movie and someone would be like, "They could have trimmed off 17 minutes," and
Yeah.
I was like, "How do you know that?" But now, as I dig into watching movies more, I'm
Right.
like, "Okay, I see what you're saying."
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I agree with that. There's I can't say that I encourage you to watch him, but it's a Jordan Peele produced movie, and
Yeah.
then one of the Wayans brothers, he directed it
Can
and
I
wrote it.
tell you the truth?
What's that?
So okay, I'm looking now. He
Yeah,
only starred in it. The director is this guy named Justin Tipping. Don't know who he is.
yeah. I thought he helped direct or produce or not produce it, but direct or write it.
He could have,
I
but
don't
he's just not
remember.
listed on Wikipedia
Okay,
right now.
gotcha.
So I'm being honest.
Uh huh.
I, Marlon Wayans, if he's the star, it's not gonna bang. Think about it.
You think his brother's better?
His brother's worse. Wait, we're talking about Sean, the one he was in the show with.
Yeah,
No, his brother's
yeah.
much worse.
Yeah. Well, I guess I always see them both as like they're usually a duo. But
They
like
are.
White Chicks, for example, is it like storytelling a great movie? No, but a comedic masterpiece in terms of. I mean, that's one of the iconic movies of like the early 2000s that people like
But here's the
reference all the
thing:
time.
some things are
Yeah,
more iconic than good.
that is true. That is true. That is true.
So
Because if you evaluated White Chicks as like the plot and
mhm.
like just the writing and storytelling, you'd be like, okay, this movie's not that great.
It's a little cheesy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, that's what there's a space for cheesy humor. So I'm not going to really break it down that hard
Right.
because
Right.
it's meant to be goofy. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think it really depends on what you're aiming for. And I also think it really depends on the genre of
mhm,
movie that you're creating. Like I
for
said,
sure.
I think if you're doing a psychological thriller, I think that movie has to be at least 2 hours. I mean, there's no fact there. That's just more of like just like
A
I'm
preference.
talking. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I would imagine most psychological thrillers are roughly around that time frame. I would imagine.
I would say so. I think they usually try to get to 2 hours, but I'm
Yeah,
being very ignorant right now because
yeah.
I don't actually remember.
No, it's all good. Because I distinctively know like most horror movies never almost never reach the 2 hours or even past that. They may reach 2 hours, but they never go anything
But
past that.
okay, so
Action movies are just like that too. They're very short. They're literally quick bursts of dopamine. That's what action movies are.
I think action movies have a longer range. I think you can find
You
a
think?
90-minute one in a action movie that's 2 hours and 10 minutes. Because think about
Yeah.
it.
I mean, John Wick's. Some of those are probably at least. Well,
Yeah,
the fourth one is definitely over 2 hours.
yeah. I think it just depends.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of I think with action, you can have the dialogue in between the action
Right.
because the dialogue for some movies justify the action.
Yeah.
Whereas with horror, they're talking while they're in the issue, like, oh, we gotta open the safe before we get blown up. You can't. I don't think giving that 2 hours and 10 minutes makes sense for horror sometimes.
No,
Also, I have a question about
yeah.
horror.
Mhm.
When you think of horror, what pops up first? Slashers or like ghosts in your attic?
Oh, that's a good question. If I'm thinking about horror, I'm thinking about like uh ghosts
Okay,
or stuff. Not my preference though. I like
okay.
personally I like slashers more than horror
Mhm.
than like but I feel like I feel like those are two different, they're horror but they're subgenres.
I agree. And I
Yeah.
feel like the ghosts have been more prevalent than slashers lately.
Yes, I have noticed that.
Yeah, like even on Netflix, there's always a new ghost movie. Even like I'm talking about even the indie ones, they have a
Yeah.
lot of those.
I would say ghost movies are the equivalent of what slashers used to be in the 80s. Like cuz there were slasher movies coming out all the time. I
Oh,
mean,
I agree.
but now it's pretty much all you see is ghost, which I want us to go back to more slashers, which they have created a couple of them recently.
Mhm.
Um I want them to go back to more slashers and more like your traditional horror because I feel like the ghost thing it's overtold. It's you get used to it over time.
You wanna know? I got another confession. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
did I have a confession before? I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay, I have another confession.
What's
I'm
that?
out on the ghost movies.
Yeah, like you don't watch them in general.
Like I tried them and th- I can even decipher when they're good, but I'm good. Like I can't do anything with them. Like if there's a really good outlier that like I see something in the trailer and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Oh, all right, there's something different about this one. I'll check it out. But generally I'm good.
Yeah, I there aren't a lot of standouts in general
Hmm.
in terms of horror movies. They like I said earlier, there are ones that have potential,
Hmm.
but then they never fully deliver. Do you remember the one that it dropped on Hulu? It was kind of the big talk of that time, like maybe like a year and a half ago. Um, it's a similar type of movie as like A
Hmm.
Quiet Place and
Was it Bird
Bird
Box?
Box. It wasn't Bird Box. It
Okay.
was one that dropped on Hulu, and it was a completely silent movie. Like, and I think she was deaf. I think that was her thing, or something like that. But it ended up being about aliens. Spoil alert. Um, I can't remember what it
I
was.
don't remember that. It
Now
was
I'm
a Hulu exclusive.
yeah. hmm It was Hulu exclusive. It was a young girl in it. The movie in general wasn't that bad, but it was another shorter movie, and it didn't really one setting, and it was her house.
Was it No
And
One Will Save You?
yes, it does. It have like a girl laying down. There's like I can't
Uh,
remember what the thing
I'm
looks like.
looking at the images right now. Um, hold on, I gotta type that in specifically.
Here,
Um,
I'll look it up too really quick. But that was a movie where we were like, I was watching it. I'm gonna have to cut that out. I was watching it with a friend at the time, and we were like, "Oh, it's starting off pretty good," and um, it just I honestly don't remember too much about it, to be honest, but I do
mhm.
remember wanting more from it. It left me expecting there to be built out a little bit more, which is
Mm,
unfortunate, but
I will watch this before
yep.
anything of a doll that chases you. Well,
Yeah.
or not a doll, a ghost doll. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. This yep. This is the movie that I'm talking about. No One Will Save You.
Okay.
Pop it up right there. That one specifically, like I said, I think when you only have one setting,
Hmm.
it's a really tough time. I mean, it's a really tough story or a tough movie because
Hmm.
like usually you give people a different change of scenery to kind of shake things up a little bit,
Hmm.
you know, but she doesn't really have that. She's kind of just in her house the 90% of the time until the ending, of course.
Ooh. N- Well,
I I
one of
I
the best movies of all time took place in one setting. I'm talking
What
about
movie?
when I say best movies of all time. I'm talking about in a pop culture slash being good kind of way.
Okay. What movie was that?
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Okay. Would you say I
It
have
was a
watched
big
some?
setting,
You're right.
technically, right?
But see that because you're in like he's in the building and
Hmm.
but
I
I
guess
feel
each
like
floor looks different.
right. But you have that. That's like it gives you the change of scenery. Whereas like in a
Mhm.
house, it's so much more small scale. And so like you're dealing with like 5 rooms. And like they're general settings, like they're not anything
Mhm.
interesting, necessarily interesting. I don't think at least. Um that's not to deter you from watching this movie. If you're genuinely interested, 100%
Yeah.
check it out. Uh
It seems a little interesting.
um
Breakfast Club was one setting, by the way.
Breakfast Club. See,
Mhm.
there's movies that can do it. Have you ever watched A Bronx Tale?
I have.
Yeah, with Robert De Niro.
I have watched that.
It's
Yeah.
one setting, but well, actually no, it's not because it's mainly one setting, but
Mhm.
the way it's told, and it also is a longer movie. But that era of movies generally were a lot longer anyway. Attention goes back to our attention spans conversation we were having earlier. I
Yeah. Full circle.
genuinely think that people do not have the attention span to sit through a horror movie
Mhm.
or action movie to sit for 2.5 hours to watch a movie
You don't think
anymore.
so?
No, I mean my attention span is getting really really bad, but maybe that's just me. I went to go watch the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle.
Oh, I didn't watch that yet, and it's killing me.
It's 2.5 hours long.
Oh, I could do that. Wait. So, question: you went to the actual theater?
Yeah.
It was too long for you?
Well, here's my confession.
Okay.
So you gave your confessions, I have to give mine.
Okay.
I when it comes to anime, it's one of those genres of entertainment that I pirate a lot. And when I say pirate, I don't mean download. I
Yeah.
just stream it.
Okay.
So shame on me but it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I'll just watch it free because like Hulu, yeah, I could watch some of it. Hulu doesn't have everything, and neither does Netflix. And I don't want to pay for Crunchyroll, so I'm just
Mhm.
like, well, I'm just gonna find it for free. Um, but I was on there watching whatever anime I was watching, and I saw like that the movie came out on that
Mhm.
site, and I was like, okay, I didn't think it was gonna be out this soon, and it has subtitles. Let's go, I'll watch it.
I see.
So I ended up watching it, but it only had partial subtitles. So some of it was subbed, and then there's other portions where the subtitles weren't even there. So I'm like, I don't even know what they're saying. So I watched it already, and then I went to go watch the movie in theaters with some friends afterwards.
Yeah.
But both of them had never watched it before. This is my second time watching it, and I'm
Mhm.
sitting there. I'm like, it was like 2 hours. We had 30 minutes left, and we're like, oh boy, okay, we're getting a little like antsy to get out of this chair a little bit.
That's funny. So,
Yeah.
well, if that's an ultra specific example, so I don't think that
Yes.
could be
Yes.
used in our case study.
No, can't. I will say the only other thing with Demon Slayer is that it's a very, it's not one setting because it follows a couple
Mhm.
of characters at a time, but it is in terms of like it's mainly just the fighting thing, like
Mhm.
it because this is the last. They have 2 more movies after the one that they just aired,
Mhm.
so um it's mainly just fighting right now. There's not a lot
Mhm.
of storytelling. There's no pause. There's like a little bit of pausing, but it's mainly just action. So imagine sitting there for 2.5 hours just of constant fighting. So it's like that's kind of what you're
Got it.
expecting. But if they cut it up, this is an
Mhm.
instance where if they cut it up into different sections, and
Mhm.
it's more digestible. I could watch that and I would do just fine.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah,
This is the hottest of takes.
really.
Like people love this movie.
Oh, I don't think it was bad. I
No,
just
I'm
think
just
it was
saying
long.
I I didn't even take it as you saying it was bad, but
Okay.
I think they just find it to be digestible in its original form.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was talking about that with my one buddy because
Mhm.
well the one buddy that went with me, and we were talking about. He was like, yeah, he's like, I just generally think that movie was a little too long. It was one of
Oh, okay.
those. Yeah, it was 2.5. He's like 2.5. I don't remember the exact context. I'd have to go back and listen to it. It hasn't
Okay.
released. Well, it released on Spotify already. If people want to go check that out, but the full video version doesn't release until Thursday.
Wait,
Dating.
what came out on Spotify?
Oh, the title of it is called Anime. Anime has a
Oh,
consistency.
your episode.
Yeah,
I
episode.
thought
Yeah.
you were telling me Demon Slayer. I was
Oh
so
no,
confused.
sorry.
Okay.
You're like, oh wait, yeah, sorry. Backtrack. So Leisure Hub.
I did see that. I'm subscribed to you.
Okay, cool. There's one moment where we do talk about Demon Slayer, and like we talk about the runtime. I don't remember exactly why we were talking about it, but it kind of goes on that a little bit. But I will to go a little bit longer on every genre kind of has its own specific amount of specific runtime. Comedy is another one. So you have action, horror, and comedy. Those are the three in general that action. Okay, so in terms of quality, if you had to rank the three, well, how would you rank them? And it's very subjective. So, but
so we're talking about in the past like 10 years or overall.
Overall, generalize.
That's hard.
Yeah.
As far as quality, so action, comedy, and horror.
Yeah. I genuinely feel like those are the three genres that struggle the most in terms of to deliver quality.
You think so?
Yes.
So what are the genres that don't struggle?
Well, that's a good. I mean, most of them are like usually subgenres of those things. Like, for example, did you watch Irishman with Robert De Niro?
I did.
Great movie. It's 3 hours long, but it's a great movie.
Isn't it like 3.5?
Yeah, I think so. What genre would you classify that movie as?
Drama.
Yeah. I really like those types of movies. I mean, even some of the Marvel movies were really good, like for their runtime. But those are I guess you would classify those as superhero action.
So
adventure. So there are subgenres, but
So the thing is, I think drama is always going to be the highest regarded.
Sure.
Like critically.
Yeah.
As far as critical quality, drama is always going to be number one. So, but you didn't include that. So I have to rank these.
Yeah.
See, it's hard because if you're talking about back in the black and white era, it's probably a horror and it's probably drama than horror because Hitchcock did horror.
The one with Will Smith? Or the earlier
No, you're talking about Hancock.
Oh, Hitchcock.
And you combine Hancock and Hitch. So I see what you did there.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about, I think Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he did his thing with horror. So,
yes.
So it's like, I don't know, but if you're talking about past 15 years, or since we were born, it's definitely probably if we're doing since the 90s, it's probably action.
Yeah.
Then comedy, then horror.
Yeah. Because I would say action genuinely does better overall. Horror, I agree with your full ranking. Like, because comedy is the one, at least, I guess, when you think of comedy, in terms of movies, what's give a few actors right off the bat that you think of?
Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, what's the guy's name from Big Daddy?
Adam Sandler.
That's
the first one that pops into my mind, and I'm thinking about all of his movies. They're not great. Well, unless you're talking about the earlier ones.
The earlier ones are fine.
Yeah. The current ones are horrible.
And it's funny because we say current, but we're probably talking about the past 15 years.
Well,
or at least 10.
Yeah. Well, did you watch Happy Gilmore 2? The new one on Netflix?
You know what? I forgot.
Really?
I legit forgot.
Wow.
I only forgot because I didn't have Netflix at the time. So when Netflix has so much stuff, it didn't even suggest it to me, and I totally forgot.
Really?
I just got Netflix like a month and a half ago.
Wow.
Only because of the location tracking thing got me. And I just didn't feel like I was cutting out my streaming options. Like I'm like, which ones do I use? Which ones bring the most value?
Right.
Netflix ended up becoming part of the list. So I
Boo
finally
this
got Netflix
man,
again.
boo this man. No, I'm kidding.
In a way, you're right.
No,
But
I'm kidding. I'm
a
kidding.
lot of my content derives from Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. I mean, Step Brothers is a good movie.
I love Step Brothers.
I guess I see it's really hard because like you think about movies in general, and like I want to say Step Brothers is good,
Hmm.
right? I want to say Napoleon Dynamite was good. I want
Hmm.
to say The Other Guys is good.
I love the other guys.
Wedding Crashers, like even those movies
Hmm.
with Vince Vaughn, like
Hmm.
I could say that those movies are good, but am I saying that they're good just because they're nostalgic, or am I saying that because the characters are good, the storytelling is good, the acting is good, the ending is good? Like, is it? I feel like when you give a review for a movie, it has to encompass all of those things. It can't just
Well,
be like, oh, well, like the jokes were funny.
look at it like this. Within this genre, the jokes is probably the leading thing.
Right. It has to be.
So the jokes, the writing,
Hmm.
because jokes is part of the writing, kind of. So it's kind of like with music, you could decipher it in a couple different ways. You could say jokes, but there's more levels to it. It's like the way it was delivered and the way it was written.
Right.
What else? Story, acting, performance. I
Hmm.
think that matters.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to lean on story as heavily as you have to with drama.
No. No.
But story that matters, but
It
not as
it
much as it does with drama. To
it
me, at
Yeah.
least.
It does. Do you think if they spent a little bit more time on actually making like a semi compel or more than semi compelling story, comedy movies would generally do better? Because most comedies they don't get great ratings in general.
It depends on. It really depends. So to answer that question, yes, but there's comedies that do get great ratings, and that's because the writing is great,
Right.
or there's like a slight originality factor to
Yeah.
it. But so to answer your question, the answer is definitely yes.
Right.
Like the other guys, I think got rated really well.
Yeah, I mean, I that was like a. I thought the movie was hilarious. I mean, there were some parts of it where didn't make any sense. Like when the Rock and Samuel Jackson jump off the building and they're like aim for the bushes. I'm like, I don't
Well, it was
really
meant to be
get.
outlandish, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't really get. It doesn't for me. It didn't. I didn't get it. Maybe it just flew over my head. But I
I
was like,
so that's satire. They're supposed
right,
to it was a trope that, so basically they're making fun of Fast and Furious and those type of things where
right,
he jumps off the bridge and he finds a way to land midair.
yeah,
And the girls, so Vin Diesel jumps off the bridge and he's about to, splatter.
yeah, yeah.
And his girlfriend goes, "How'd you know we'd be safe?" And he goes,
I just did.
literally something like that. Like, I just did. So they're making fun of that, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Well, these heroes ain't gonna survive." So that's supposed to be like satirical irony type thing.
Yeah,
Now maybe they could have done a better job landing that,
yeah.
but that was the intention, at least.
Yeah, because I remember like the narration afterwards, like the guy was like, some to this day, some don't even know why they jumped, and they were just like, it's like,
It just moved on.
yeah, definitely one of my favorite comedy movies, I will say,
Mhm.
of like recent times. 21 and 22 Jump Street are
I love
good
those movies.
good movies as well.
Yeah.
But there's you know that bar that like
Mhm.
that graph of that tells you about storytelling in general, like books, TV shows, movies, they all do it. It's literally you have your oh, you can't even see my hand. It's
I
literally
see it.
like
Yeah.
I can't remember what this stage is called, but there's like the climax is the very top.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have I can't remember all the stages of
I have a
storytelling.
vague idea what you mean because I
Yeah.
follow some writing pages on Instagram, so
Mhm.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. I'll I'll pop it up right there.
Yeah.
But
Wait,
I
do that
don't
sound again? You do that sound with your mouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was that's usually like when Pedro and I were doing like the podcast together. Like
Mhm.
if I was gonna throw something up at the screen, I would do like a little
That's a
and
great
then
way to market.
yeah. Everyone seems to like them. I'm like, oh, it's just like a little like pop thing. Funny enough, I did actually do like a couple of recordings of me
Mhm.
doing that. So that way I didn't have to like go out and like if I didn't do it in a podcast episode, I already
Mhm.
recorded my own and then I
I
didn't have
do
to
stuff
go
like
out and
that too.
find anything.
That's a
So
good idea.
yeah,
That's a good idea.
yeah. If you can make your own sound effects, why not?
You should.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how producers did it back then.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you have Pixabay. I don't know if you or no, Pexels. Sorry,
I'm gonna have to write that
Pexels.com
in.
is a free source for all sound effects, music, photos, stuff like that. It's not a plug,
Oh, I
but
do know this website. I
yeah,
just forgot about it. Need to add to my favorites.
I use that quite often when I'm trying to find sound effects, just because, like,
Okay.
I don't have a lot of time. I mean, I could just make my own, well, the
Yeah.
ones that I can make with myself. But
But why spend time if you don't need to?
yeah, I mean, at this stage, I feel like if I was doing this full time, I would
Mhm.
just spend time making my own because that's fun in itself. Um,
I got a question for you.
yeah,
As far as comedy goes,
yeah.
what's your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Uh, I'll
If you have one.
I'll say one for Pedro because I know he would say it, but he would say Hubie Halloween.
I don't remember that one.
I never even watched it, but
I've never heard of that. I feel crazy.
um,
Is that one of his Netflix ones? Oh, it's from 2020. I already disregarded him by then.
yeah, yeah. He's his the only ones that have any type of impact for me are his earlier ones. Big Daddy was like probably the last one I really
I like Big
enjoyed.
Daddy.
A comedy movie that I really or Adam Sandler movie that I really enjoy. If it's not that one, I mean Happy Gilmore is really good. Big Daddy is really good. What's the one he did where he had to go through because he never graduated elementary school?
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison, yeah. I would
Okay.
yeah, that one was probably like one of my top ones. I mean, there's like my top 3, but what about you?
I like the ones you named. I need to add one that doesn't get as much credit. Happy People. Funny People. Funny People.
That is it. Oh no, that's not that's not his angry movie. The anger management one.
No, Anger Management. I watched that. I don't remember how much I liked it though.
Oh, that one was good.
I watched it. That was with no, I don't remember.
Happy
He
People.
definitely had a co-star that was famous in it though.
Yeah.
But watch Funny People is a little different. It's a Seth Rogen, Adam Sandler collab.
Okay, let me look that up really quick.
It's different. It's not as goofy. Adam Sandler is actually pretty serious in that movie, but it's meant to be funny still.
I haven't watched this one.
Yeah, it's not really. It's in that in between. It's like his last serious theater funny movie, but then yeah.
Okay, well, how about this? Who's your favorite comedian, like in a movie, not necessarily stand up?
Oh, probably Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen,
or anyone in that circle. I like
era.
I like the whole. Do you know who Judd Apatow is?
Yes.
Yes. So I like that orbit of people.
He was in Parks and Rec, right? No.
So the way this story works is Seth Rogen. Do you remember like Sarah Marshall in that era of movies, like Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
No. No.
Oh, you have a lot to watch. You're about to enjoy all these. So do you remember like 40-Year-Old Virgin and all that?
Yeah. Steve Carell.
All of those people, like not all of them, but there's a lot of people in those movies.
Mm-hmm.
They all are like friends, like teenage friends. So like Seth Rogen is friends with. Did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, of course.
So Marshall,
him
and Seth Rogen are like they're all like friends because they started on Freaks and Geeks.
Oh,
so everyone Freaks and Geeks, they all came up under Judd Apatow, who was originally a comedian, became a director.
Okay.
So I like that era of movies a lot. So I wish I'm gonna pull the info on the screen. So
that's funny. I will say like there is definitely there's a certain generation of comedians that I mean they're older now, so they're not, but like they're usually in movies together. 40-Year-Old Virgin was a good movie.
So yeah, I advise you to do this. Look at all the Judd Apatow made and produced movies, and Paul Feig is the director of some of these movies too. So like Bridesmaids, The Heat, Spy, watch like those types of movies. Then watch I'm trying to pull up the list.
So there's Knocked Up.
Yes,
made that one. Superbad. Yeah, I watched that one.
Okay.
I mean, that was a Anchorman, huge one. Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell. Step Brother. He made Step Brothers too.
I think he produced Step Brothers.
Okay. Talladega Nights. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, is it good? No, but is it funny? Yes.
I don't know. I'm big on Talladega Nights. I'm like,
Okay.
I would defend that to like.
I mean, a lot of these movies on here that I've watched, and they're all really, 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 really good movies. The one guy, I always forget his name, but he had his own like kind of it. You know the Eric Andre show, right?
Yeah.
So, John C. Reilly. Yeah, he used to have his own like similar thing to like the Eric Andre show before Eric Andre. Well, because there's like a meme with him with John C. Reilly, like, and he's in that suit, his hair's all messy, he has the mic.
Oh yes, that was coming to mind when he said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, they have to. I'm assuming they're friends because they're always in movies together. Almost.
The
always.
crazy thing is John C. Reilly was originally a serious actor, but he got pulled into comedy.
You know who the same thing happened with? I don't remember his name, but he's have you watched Reservoir Dogs?
Oh, yeah. From on Hulu.
Yes.
Taika Waititi or wherever. Or no?
Is that his name?
Are you talking about the guy who made it, or are you talking about
one of the actors? One of the actors.
Oh, I don't know the actors in that show that well.
So his name is. Did you know Tim Roth is in that movie? I didn't.
I
watched the movie, but I didn't realize he was in it.
In Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah.
No, I didn't realize that. But
what's his name?
For a while, I didn't know who Tim Roth was by name. I just knew him as that guy.
So there's. Did you watch? What's the Adam Sandler movie where Grown Ups?
Yeah.
So you remember the guy? I think it's in Grown Ups 2. They go down the zip line and he runs to the barnyard house.
I feel like that was the first one.
Was that the first one?
Okay, they run together. But
they do. But it's that guy who ends up in a body cast. That guy, he's a skinny guy. If I can find him on here, he Steve Buscemi.
Oh yeah.
He's in Reservoir Dogs. He was Mr. Pink, and I watched.
He's like a serious actor.
He was in that movie. He was a serious actor. But recently, within like the past like 10, 15 years, 20 years, he's been mainly doing comedy movies.
It's funny, and that shows our age because he was in Sopranos as a serious mobster.
Yeah.
So, but because of our youth, there's a chance for us to be young again.
Right.
We know him kind of as a comedy person, and then we had to find out that he was actually a serious actor.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, I literally watched this Reservoir Dogs, and I'm like, he's in this movie. I only know him as like a not serious actor, which is funny.
I gotta admit, I think the audience caught this, so I can laugh at myself. I was thinking about Reservation Dogs, or whatever it's called.
Reservation Dogs,
or the one on FX, not FX, Hulu, with the Native American kids.
I don't know that movie.
It's a show.
Oh, it's a show.
But Reservoir Dogs is such a classic.
Yeah,
and I just combined them for some reason. I don't know why I did that.
Quentin Tarantino, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, no. The thing is, I did a Quentin Tarantino podcast.
Oh, okay.
And we covered that. I just had the wrong show in my head.
Yeah,
and my brain corrected itself like 5 minutes ago, but I just had to admit that on air. That's why I was name dropping the wrong people earlier.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, I feel like that's like, I mean, it's one of his earliest. It's not not his first movie. It's his second movie.
Yeah, I think his second was probably Pulp Fiction, right? I don't know the order.
Yeah, I don't know the order, but I will say I have to have another confession. You gave 2. I have to give another one. I've never watched Kill Bill.
You're in for a treat because you're into anime.
Mm-hmm.
You'll like Kill Bill.
Yeah.
You'll like Kill Bill.
Yeah. I've been wanting to watch it. I just never got around to watching it. Just like Superman. I was going to watch it this weekend, but this weekend was so nuts. Like, I didn't even have any time to watch, like sit down and watch anything.
No, I get it.
So it was crazy.
Well, you got a lot to watch because like you'll really enjoy the Judd Apatow movies. You gotta watch some of the ones he wrote, produced, or directed. Like there's like a lot of them, and you'll like most of them are pretty good.
Yeah. Um, do you think they're good because they? Why do you think they're good?
Some of them are good just because they're written well. Like some
Right.
of them are good. Like he produced Bridesmaids.
Mm-hmm.
That's like it's like a great movie. Like Bridesmaids is legit.
No, Bridesmaids
Like,
is good.
oh, you watched that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so some of them were making all decade lists.
Mhm.
I can't speak. All decade lists.
Okay.
So Bridesmaids for like, again, I always say for movies it's always two lists.
Mhm.
I call it an Oscar list and a VMA list.
Why is that?
VMAs? No, not
Or
VMAs.
because like different tiers.
MTV Movie Awards list.
Okay.
So MTV Movie Awards covers the popcorn movies, but they're still good,
Right.
but they're still blockbustery. Whereas the Oscars, they do the deep cuts, the ones that are really filmy,
Mhm.
like maybe more drama. Like
Yeah.
I can't think of a movie that fits. Like what's the movie by Jordan Peele?
Which one? Get Out.
Get Out.
Okay. Yeah.
It covers those types of movies, plus the ones you might not know as well.
Right.
So for the sake of this, he does really good MTV Movie Award movies,
Okay.
and they're still written pretty well,
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
they're made for the masses.
Yeah.
So it's like, did you do Knocked Up?
Yeah, because that's Seth Rogen in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So some of these movies I think are good because they're good,
Yeah.
and I love these movies in the moment. Like
Yeah, that's true.
in
That's true.
2011, this was my main rotation of
Mhm.
movies.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of. I mean, growing up, I feel like there's a lot of comedy movies that like, if you haven't watched them, they're like, where have you been? Like those, because those were our generation movies,
Yes.
you know, like even Pineapple Express. It's not a Judd Apatow movie, but
it's that era.
Yeah, that era. Yeah.
And he produced it.
Did he?
And he wrote some of the story.
Pineapple Express?
See? Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
He owned that era of comedy, basically. Also, if we want to talk about something a little bit more recent,
Sure.
The King of Staten Island is good just because it's written well. It's not in your face comedy, but it's still pure comedy. It's just not as goofy as some of his other movies.
Yeah. When's the last time you've gone to the movie theater to watch a comedy movie?
Oh man, that's a great question. Jeez. The thing is, I just don't make time for myself.
Right.
First of all, I don't know the last comedy, because if anyone listened to your earlier episodes,
Yeah.
I think Marvel and explosions killed the way studios approach making movies.
100%. 100%.
So it's hard because a lot of these good movies don't make theaters.
Yeah.
They go straight to Netflix. The last movie I saw in theaters that was a comedy was a trash movie. It was full circle moment. It was Marlon Wayans.
Was it really?
50 Shades of Black.
50 Shades. I haven't even heard of that movie. You're like, don't go watch
terrible.
it.
Don't watch it.
I'm gonna go watch it. Well, I can't go to watch it in the theaters now, so that's already gone. But if that was in the theaters, I'd be like, okay, now I have to go. I have to go.
It
watch
would never get re-released either.
I feel like there are some movies that you kind of have to, like, if they're that bad, but like a funny bad, you have to go. And
it's just embarrassing bad.
Yeah.
It's like now I can tell you the last few comedy movies I would have seen in theaters had they got released.
Yeah.
That came out recently. So I would say I would have watched The King of Staten Island in theaters, but COVID happened.
Okay. Yeah.
I would have watched is it called Palm Springs? Palm Islands? Palm Springs, I think. It had, do you know he's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, is he the main actor?
Yeah.
Andy Samberg.
There we go.
Yeah.
He was in it, and this one's a little different. It's like it's actually not goofy. There's just a lot of jokes per minute.
Yeah.
This one's called You People.
You People.
It had Jonah Hill.
Okay. You're already starting off great.
Hill?
Yeah. You're already starting off great.
At Lauren London. So, do you remember Nipsey Hussle? The one who passed, the rapper?
Nipsey?
Yeah.
I've heard the name.
Okay. So, big rapper from LA, he passed. He was married. They were about to get married, but he got shot. So his wife, Lauren London, was in it. She's from ATL. You gotta watch that too, by the way.
ATL?
Yes.
Okay.
And you gotta it's Eddie Murphy
Okay.
and
Wait, who's Eddie Murphy?
stop it. And it had Julia
Robert?
no, the woman from Seinfeld, Elaine,
See, I'm
Julia
not.
Dreyfus.
See, I have only like caught like 2 episodes of Seinfeld. I know
You
it's like hypocrisy, but
That's not the biggest deal. We're too young for Seinfeld. Seinfeld's
yeah,
something we had to go back to.
yeah.
But you know her if you see her because she's also in Marvel now. I just don't know which Marvel projects you would have seen her in.
What did you say your name was again?
Julia something Dreyfus. It's not hitting me.
What?
Julia Louis Dreyfus. If you see her, you might know her because she's in.
She's a French actress?
No, she is American. Not Julie Dreyfus.
Oh.
Julia.
Oh, okay. See, that's who I ended up looking up, Julie
Okay.
Dreyfus. And I'm like, she's a French actress. I don't know who that is. But she was
funny.
in, apparently this woman was in she was in Inglourious Bastards. And
I don't remember her in there, but
and she was in Kill Bill. Volume
don't
1.
remember her in Kill Bill.
But it was in Volume 1 though.
I watched Volume 1
That's
more
not
than Volume 2.
That's not the original, right?
Volume 1's part 1 because
I thought it came out in the 90s though, or 80s.
Kill Bill?
Yeah.
No, Kill Bill came out like 04.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But this woman's from the 90s.
Gotcha.
So no, Kill Bill. So if you're gonna go watch Kill Bill, Volume 1, Volume 2 is like a part 1, part 2. It's supposed to be one long movie.
Right.
But they wasn't trying to. The studio was trying to have that.
This is Julia Lois. Okay. Yes, I know who she is. I haven't seen a lot of her movies, to be honest.
Well, she's mostly known for Seinfeld. She's more of a TV actress.
Yeah.
But
she was in Black Widow.
Yeah, she's like a shady agent. Kind of like what
I'm trying to remember what movie I've seen her in comedy movies specifically. And now when I'm thinking about it, I do recognize her in Seinfeld. Yeah. She's just obviously younger.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But no, You People, I will watch that in theaters.
You People. There we go. That was a bad pop, the first one. You know what? I'm gonna ignore the Rotten Tomatoes and Letterboxd reviews, and I'll watch it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's not a critical darling, but it's that kind of comedy usually doesn't do that well,
right?
With Rotten Tomatoes, and you watch it with because it's an energy movie.
Yeah,
watch it with a couple of friends.
Okay.
Watching it alone doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
Watch it with a couple of friends, and if you really want to make it spicy,
yeah,
make sure some of them don't look like you. It hits different. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like with my experience, I was watching at the baby shower.
Yeah.
It was it's kind of complicated, but I'll just say she's my sister-in-law.
Right.
And it was her people and her boyfriend's people, and it was at my mother-in-law's house.
Uh-huh.
We were just like, all right, we'll turn on You People. Because we actually ended Attack on Titan ended. It was the last that last episode or movie, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And we're like, what are we gonna watch next?
Mm-hmm.
We turned that joint on, and they came out swinging with the jokes. So yeah, that's a good group watch. It doesn't hit the same alone.
Does it keep the same energy throughout the entire movie, or does it eventually like dissipate and then it comes back, ramps back up, or is it the whole way through?
It's like every second.
Yeah. And
it's like even in the subtle moments, it's funny. Even when they're not being extra, it's funny.
Yeah.
And it's like pure dialogue. It's not like through like antics or nothing.
Yeah.
It's just like pure dialogue. Like it takes the awkwardness of race and throw it into your face.
Yeah.
But in a tasteful way.
Yeah. Because Adam Sandler movies are they've always been two things: hurting, like getting hurt, and then yelling. Those are like the two, or like yelling in a certain type of voice.
Why do you remind me
that's what Adam Sandler movies are. Jim Carrey movies, it was just his facial expressions.
And like weird movements.
Yeah.
Want to know something funny?
What's that?
As goofier as Jim Carrey is, I like him more than Adam.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's. I think he. I was
Oh,
gonna
that's like
say
not a hot take.
no. I mean, at least for me, it's not. But I think people see those two as two different in two different lightings.
That's true, and also they didn't really overlap. Jim
Yeah,
Carrey was before, and Adam Sandler picked up right after, basically.
yeah. But I think they're both in the same category now, where like they don't really have a lot of movies recently that they've been in, unless you're talking about Sonic, which Jim
Yeah,
Carrey was in, and you know
Jim
they
Carrey
are
had a show on Showtime that was good.
really.
Yeah, but it got canceled because of COVID.
Oh, of course.
But it was like he was playing a Mr. Rogers like character.
Oh, well, then that kind of goes back to him playing in The Mask. He kind of just like had a resurgence of that. If we're talking about the same thing, Jim Rogers or um
Jim Carrey,
who did you sorry who did you see he was playing
character based on Mr. Rogers.
based on Mr. Rogers, and Mr. Rogers was like a wacky character, right?
He was more like just a children friendly character.
Right.
He wasn't even outgoing. He was actually very calm.
Really?
If you're talking about outgoing, that would have been like Pee Wee Herman.
Okay. Yeah. Because okay,
Did you miss out on the Mr. Rogers craze?
I did.
You need to watch an episode on YouTube,
I
and it'll make you understand why public education is important.
public education is important. Now, if I asked my younger self that, I would have said like, who the hell needs that?
I agree with you because
Yeah.
I appreciate Mr. Rogers. I wasn't running to watch Mr. Rogers over like Gundam.
Oh yeah, why would you? You're a kid
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't need any. What am I going to use that for?
Yeah.